Hi, hello. My name is Alfred Frempong, and today I'm gonna do my speech on why soccer is the most popular sport in the world. And this is my audience. That's 10 people right there. So today the topic is why soccer is the most popular sport in the world. Before we start the speech, I'm gonna ask one question like, what do you think is the most watched sports in the whole entire world? Anybody could answer that.
Soccer,
Basketball,
golf, rugby.
rugby. That's good answers. I mean, depending on the answer, anybody could give you based on the location you at. Anybody will give you a different response, but the majority of people say soccer. Um, Soccer was a big part of my life growing up in Ghana, West Africa. Like when you was a kid, the only thing you got to do was like play soccer and go to school and just enjoy life. Today, I would like to convince you guys about soccer, why it's the most popular sport, like I stated earlier. It's one of the most beneficial sports in the world, and it has makes a lot of people that play soccer make a lot of money. There are many different type of sports in this world, but sometimes soccer tends to be like the most sport that people take the least advantage of. Most importantly, according to the Football Association, it said that soccer is played over 250 million people, players itself that play soccer, and it's played over 200 countries all around the world, which makes it the most popular and the most dominant sports in the whole world. In terms of soccer, I know everybody know about soccer. The World Cup is coming up. It is the world. It was the largest and the most lucrative sporting event in the whole world. Like in terms of last year, last in terms of last World Cup, over 208 million countries participated in the World Cup. But then, and it was over 2 billion people who actually attended the World Cup. In 2006 World Cup, there was an audience of 26 billion people who actually watched the World Cup. That sounds like a lot of people. And in terms of like, it was like 700 million people who actually watched it on television, which made it world record. I believe soccer is very important because it have like no set of boundaries. You could be rich, you could be poor, you could be young, you could be black, you could be white, you could be any type of race. You could play soccer. Soccer doesn't discriminate anybody. It brings people together essentially. And one thing I'm gonna touch back on is that when it comes to soccer, you don't really have to have money. You just have to have a soccer ball, and you could start playing soccer anywhere. It could be playground, school park, inside the house, which I don't, which I don't recommend. But then a lot of people do it. But once again, people that plays it, it's a good investment. They make a lot of money in terms of English Premier League. Last year they spent about 112 million on players. That is outside the outside the United States. And soccer essentially promotes passion. But if you have passion for the game, you know you're willing to watch it, you're willing to participate in it. Also, soccer is the type of sport that brings everybody together. Like they bring any type of ethnic background, no matter how financial stabilized you are, it brings everybody together, and it's a great way to enjoy. I'm gonna show you a couple of people and see if you guys will recognize any of these players, and I'll tell you a little about them. You guys have any idea of who this player might be? David Beckham, yeah. He's the highest paid player in the whole league. Like he make 46 million a year, And he played for, right now, currently he played for Los Angeles Galaxy. The second player, I'm sure you guys have an idea of who he is. That's Cristiano Ronaldo. Somebody already said it. All right, he's the second paid soccer player in the league. He makes $42 million a year, and currently he's playing for Real Madrid. And you guys, he's more familiar as Messi. I thought he was the highest paid athlete in the whole league, but then he actually makes $39 million a year, and he played for Barcelona. Next one is this. You have any idea who it is? Rooney, right? Wayne Rooney. He played for Manchester United. He made $24 million a year, and he played. And yeah, and the last but not the least, the guy. I don't think you guys have any idea who he is. No, it's not Pele. Any idea? No. Well, this guy is actually Yaya Toure. He used to be the most highest paid soccer player in the league, but now he only makes $18 million after he joined Manchester City. These are pictures that indicate that soccer is a very popular sport. People participate in it because of how passionate it is and how it brings people together. And this is an example of people that make these money. And if you're willing to participate in the sport, I'm persuading you today that soccer is the most popular sport in the world. I believe anybody should participate in it if you have the mindset or if you're willing to try it out. And that's the end of my speech. And this is my audience.